Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today I have, alhamdulillah, a very, very special guest, a brother who's very close to Sheikh Imran Hussein. And in fact, his name is Dr. Umar Zaid. He was a teacher at the Islamic University of Malaysia, I believe, for some time. And he's written many books. He's a polymath. He's a Renaissance man. He understands the world today probably better than anyone, really. And he has written at a very high academic level, so he can answer questions that are very, very important for the world that we live in. So I want to Dr. Omar, if you want to say anything in addition to what I've already said, then please do so.
Okay, well, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May it please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us His refuge and grace in this hour or so that we spend together here online, that those who choose to listen to us may be able to gain some benefit and understanding. Amen. Now, yeah, people think I'm a polymath, and perhaps I am. I don't think of myself that way. By profession, I'm a medical doctor and homeopath. I haven't practiced in 20 years now, but I did back in the day, as they say. And since then, I had to, since leaving America, I had to reinvent myself for various reasons, especially after I converted to Islam while I was living in the jungles of Borneo. You see, I had anticipated what's taking place now years and years ago, back in the 90s in America. And I had, at that time, a good income working as an emergency room doctor. And so I married a lady, a good Christian lady from Malaysia, and built a farm in the jungle of the Borneo Mountains just outside of Kuching, about 50 to 60 kilometers north of Kuching in East Malaysia. After I converted to Islam, I had to leave all of that behind, and I'll leave that story for another day, maybe. It's not really, it's of interest to people who know me. But in any case, I found myself a stranger in a strange land, and without any resources. I spent all of my savings on building this farm. I had done exactly what Imran Hussein had said, and I didn't know him. I went to live with the indigenous people, the Bedouin of Borneo, if you will, in the mountains, in the jungle. And I was raising ducks and chickens and fish and actually selling them in the wet market. Malaysia would not give me a license to practice medicine. Australia did. I worked there on the locum basis for a few years, but that was just too demanding as I was getting older and living out of a suitcase in a hotel, so I stopped. And then my wife at the time was getting sick. So all of these things I've done, and everything that I had anticipated is now coming to pass, and I had prepared myself. We were essentially independent. We grew our own food. We had land. We had fruit trees. We had grew our own veggies. We had fish. We had chickens. We had ducks. And we had eggs and all the essentials that you would need. We even grew our own rice. I'm the only white man the villagers there have ever seen out in the rice field, planting rice. I did it for 4 years, harvested it, and the whole 9 yards. All of that was taken away from me when her family divorced me after I became a Muslim out of fear and ignorance, because the Muslims in Malaysia had treated her tribe for 400 years with the greatest of disdain,
Mm.
raking,
Subhanallah.
pillaging, all that sort of thing. So, and I didn't realize all of this. I had to learn afterwards because I was shocked by the family's reaction. As I had been a good provider and I was good to the family and everything, but when I divorced, they divorced me. When I converted, they divorced me, and I lost everything that I had. Then I found out that I had joined the tribe of the traditional enemy.
Yeah. Subhanallah.
And this was a very interesting phenomena. So it left me damn near penniless and friendless in a strange country. And by then, my medical license and everything had run out back in the States. And I had no intention of going back to the States anyway. I was a true ex-faith. So I had to remake myself. And at that time, while I was farming, and after a certain incident that happened during I was a bit of a Christian missionary, and I was thrown out of the church for teaching the truth about Christmas and whatnot. So I began to investigate this whole business a bit more seriously after that took place, and I began writing the book. And I remember my wife coming to look at me, my wife at the time before we had separated, and before my conversion, she came to look at the computer screen and was terrified by what I was writing. She had been a Christian missionary. So these things which I was discovering, I put into a book called Trinity, The Metamorphosis of Myth. And after I lost everything, I had to earn a living somehow. And a kind gentleman from Kuala Lumpur came across my work online. I was trying to get it published. And he promised to publish it as long as I joined him and worked up. But what he wanted to do was actually enslave me. And I said, no, I don't want to work at those rates. I'll do piecework for you. Editing is what he was asking me to do. But he was an independent publisher. So that didn't work out, and so I had to eke out a living. Meanwhile, the Malaysian government thought I was working for the CIA for some reason, and they sent people. I was looking for work in Kuala Lumpur. They sent people after me, the secret police from Kuching, followed everywhere that I contacted. They went to the Malay person in charge and said, don't hire him. He's a CIA agent. We're trying to get rid of him. Okay. So that led me to the director of Kirk Kim, the top Islamic missionary institution, Dr. Arjun Suhaili, came to me one day. We had become friends, and he's one of the finest Muslims I met in that land, in that city. Very great gentleman. And he came to me one day and he said, look, he said, he was trying to help me get the passport, the visa and everything, hire me for the missionary and whatnot. And they couldn't do it. And he said, look, you better leave. The secret police have been to see me, and they're going to jail you if you don't leave the country. So I said, okay, what can I do?
What I would like to ask is, how are you trusting Allah, the spiritual aspect in all this? I mean, you're going through so much, and how is that inner struggle going?
This is a very interesting thing, because I'm a new Muslim, but as I explored Islam, at least in the books, what I found confirmed everything that was already in my heart. So this thing that people call fitra and hidayah, were blossoming in me. And mind you, I'm not a classical Islamic scholar. So if you throw all these Arabic terms at me, I'll probably get lost and a bit flustered. even though I worked at one of the top Islamic graduate schools. It was a unique situation, a unique circumstance there. But getting back to this thing, Imam, you see, before I became a Muslim, while I was still farming, I would rise every morning at sunset, so before sunrise, and I would pray. And at sunset, after the day, I would pray. And this was normal for me. So when I read about these things in the Quran, I said, hey, I'm already doing this. This is natural. This is what they call fitra. And so I was already on this stream of thought. I was already in the complete and total trust in Allah. So much so that if I was ready to step off the cliff, I knew that Allah would catch me.
SubhanAllah.
You see? And I think until people get to that point, they don't really understand Iman. It's like, you know the story of the Prophet ﷺ when he was on his way to Medina, running from the Meccans, and he hid in the cave. Well, he didn't make any plans for that. He found the cave and lo and behold, the spider weaves a web. Well, this is what Allah does. Okay? Allah has done this for me repeatedly. I have many stories like that. So, Iman for me, under the circumstances, was just normal. And I remember collapsing in a corner after I had converted, and my family had confronted me and told me I had to leave. They all left the house, including my wife, and I collapsed in the corner, and I wept. Then, after I finished crying, I looked up, you know, through the ceiling to heaven, you know, this many we do, and I said, okay, Allah, if this is what you want, I'm your man. It's just like that. You see, so for me, this thing, Iman, was natural. It was like the schoolboy on the way to school, whistling with the birds. You know, there was no doubt. I never had doubt in my mind. It never entered me. I suppose that's a grace from Allah. It would have to be, because most men are filled with doubt. But that was not one of my qualities, one of my attributions. Never has been, still isn't. So, not that I haven't doubted certain things, but I never doubted Allah's guidance. I never doubted Allah's protection. I feared Allah, as all men do, and when I sin, I fear repercussions, sure. But I never doubted Allah's love and protection and guidance for me. So, as I entered this whole sphere, and Dr. Arifin gave me that ultimatum, I said, okay, well, Allah will provide, but I didn't know how. I didn't know. Anyway, so I'm on a train, and I meet a Buddhist monk. And this monk is traveling back to Thailand. He's a missionary. And he's one of the Buddhist monks from a particular sect that doesn't believe in idols. Okay. There are the Zen Buddhists are like that. They happen to go to their temple. There's absolutely no idol there. So he and I fell into conversation, and he mentioned a friend of his who was looking for an English teacher. So I said, oh, okay. I'll contact them. Do you have their number? He said, sure. And he called them for me on the train. And I talked to them, and they hired me over the phone. So I had a job in Bangkok waiting for me, and all I needed was money to get there. And good Dr. Arifin, you know what that good man did? I will tell you what that good man did. He went home after he found out that I had his job, and he reached into his bedroom drawer where he had kept a certain amount of US dollars hidden away in a little packet for 30 years. And he came to visit me, and he handed them to me. And it was just enough money to get me to Bangkok and to feed me for the first month.
Hmm.
So this is what Allah does. You understand? This is how it is. And this has been my experience, and I have many stories like that. So, in answer to your question, that is my experience, living experience of Iman. And I often, I have some students, I have an online forum, and sometimes they get discouraged, and so I reach into my bag of experience and I tell them a story. And then they brighten up and they say, yes, Allah is great. Muslims tend to say that God is great all the time, but they don't really believe it because they haven't experienced His greatness. You see, most of what we're experiencing these days is misery and faithlessness and sin and discouragement and legalism and all of these things that take away from hidayah, take away from guidance. So I'm sitting here in Japan right now, blocked in because of this COVID thing, but I have, and I own nothing, you understand? The only thing I own is my computer. Wherever I go now, everything is provided for me. My good wife's family, that's another story. They make my path in my life easy, and I'm an invalid now. Okay, I have multiple sclerosis. I have trouble seeing beyond 1 or 2 meters. Everything I see is double. I'm half deaf. And if you see me walking down the street at 10 o'clock in the morning, you think I'm drunk because of this multiple sclerosis. I can walk. 3 years ago, I couldn't walk, but now I can walk thanks to dietary changes and whatnot. And thank God, I can manage. But everything I need is provided for me. Now, I'll tell you another interesting story while I have your listeners' ears about this thing called Iman. Okay. Back in the 1990s, I was a Christian, a very avid Christian, evangelical even, and involved in worship services. I'm a musician. I wrote sacred music and I performed it, whatnot. And one day after church in Panama City, Florida, I stayed behind to do some rehearsing, and while I was packing up my equipment, one of the assistant pastors came to me and said, I have something to tell you. He said, I believe it's from God. I had a dream, and in that dream, a man came to me and said, you tell Joseph this. I was called Joseph at the time. Everybody called me Dr. Joseph or Dr. O. And he said, there will come a day when you will own nothing, but you will have everything.
SubhanAllah.
This was 25 years ago, maybe even earlier. Yeah, I think close to 30 years ago when that happened. So I'm living it. You understand? You're talking to a man who is living Iman. It's not a joke. It's not an abstract idea. It is a confirmed reality. I'm one of the least religious Muslims you'd probably ever want to meet. Okay. So, in answer to your question, I think maybe that's enough. We can move on to another one.
So let me start by asking this. Are we entering a new normal?
Oh, a new normal.
With the virus and all the things that are happening?
It's not normal, dear brother. Dear Sheikh, it's not normal, no.
Okay.
That's what they call a thelemic term, new normal. Okay, it's a lie. It's first of all, it's not new, and secondly, it's not normal.
Okay.
Image
Yeah.
Nu
I stand
is
corrected.
global, okay? It's a global form of tyranny, but tyranny like this has existed before, just never on at this extent. And it's an answer to we're living we're living out the prophecies, okay? So it's a new form of tyranny, if we want to put it that way. But it's not normal. It's anything but normal, because everything that is truly human is being taken away from us. All forms of human expression are being taken away, except those which are approved. And approved by who? Well, this is the beast. It is the beast. How do you define this beast? Well, you know that famous painting by what's his name? I've forgotten his name now. It's the painting is called Guernica. It's from the Civil War, the Spanish Civil War.
Okay.
You have it in your mind now?
Yes.
I've forgotten the artist's name. It'll come to me in a minute. And anyway, there's a that painting depicts the beast in its entirety, including the mark of the beast. If you look at I put an article on this, an essay on this years ago on my blog, and the citizens of Guernica actually wrote to me and asked me to remove it.
Oh.
That's how insulted they were. Because you see, the mark of the beast is on the slain man.
Was it Picasso? Is what I'm seeing on the internet?
Yes,
Picasso.
Picasso.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm seeing on the internet. Yeah.
At the base of the film, there's a slain man. Okay, and on his arm is the cross.
Okay.
The cross is scarred on his arm, and in his palm is the pentagram. Okay.
Okay.
So this Picasso's telling you this guy died because he served the cross, and the mark of the beast is in his palm. That cross belongs to the beast. Belongs to Satan. Picasso was telling us this, and at the top of the painting there is this lamp.
Yeah, the eye.
Like
yeah.
you remember, it's an eye.
Yeah.
It's the eye. It's the eye of the beast. And then you see the Madonna and the child.
Let me show our viewers this picture so that they're clear about this too.
Yes, they're very clear about it. And if you look over to that you see, there's a lady also in the middle. She's just been murdered by the war activities, and an angel is picking her spirit up, and delivering her to heaven, and is pointing to a prophetic image that is in the beast, that is in the picture which is right now. And behind that woman is a man being fed into a furnace with teeth. All of it is there. It's not just about war. Picasso is telling us who is responsible and what they are doing. He knew. Okay. So this you should look this up on my website, because I've explained it there in some detail.
Yeah, very interesting.
And so what's happening is that the beast has become exactly what Scripture said it's going to be. And it's so all-encompassing, it's so powerful, it cannot be fought against. Okay? You cannot win a battle against these things. No one can. Unless they're given a license by Allah to assault the beast. Okay? Now, this is why, if the stories about the Mahdi are true, then this is why he must come. if the stories about Jesus' return are true, this is why, because they're the only ones with a license to do this. Everyone else does not have a license. Now, what do I mean by license? Look at the story of Al-Qaeda and Musa.
Okay.
Okay, now, Al-Qaeda did some things that if today he were to do them, most Muslims would probably lock him up.
Right.
Okay? And why? Because they're not on Hidayah. Al-Qaeda had license to do what he did, but it was licensed directly from heaven, divine license. Okay? And this is something that Muslims do not understand. They do not understand this license. We have all these young men taking the license themselves. It's like they're storming heaven and telling heaven, I'm going to do this for you.
Right, yes.
This is a stupid idea. Foolish. They do not have the license. Did Jibreel come to tell them? No, but maybe some dead sheikh did in the form of the jinn. You see? And he said, you are special, you have a license, that you will do this. And then they're, because they're not on Hidayah, because they do not understand Imam, and there's a lack of leadership. Okay? Are you with me?
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you.
There's a lack of leadership in the Ummah. I'm talking about righteousness. I'm talking about honesty. I'm talking about frankness. People who are bold enough to get up and say, go kill that damn witch. Yeah? Kill her now. So I'll give you an example. I have talked to a lot of people very close to leadership in Malaysia. I was at the house of the chief imam of the KLCC mosque. Now, he's just a phone call away from the prime minister, this fellow. And I was invited to his house to give talks like this several times. Not at his instigation, but at his wife. Because his wife was the one who was receiving Hidayah. She was the one who was getting the truth. And she was trying to feed him and her family, her relatives and whatnot. So I went and I gave my talk, and we had a meal, and there was prayer. Sometimes it was we had our own sort of Jumu'ah there. And they would always ask me to lead prayer, but I was afraid to do so because my Arabic is not good, and I'm just shy about that. So after everybody had left, he and two of his relatives, I don't know if they were sons or nephews, or came to me, and they brought a woman, and they had a problem, and they wanted my advice. Why my advice? I don't know. To this day, I don't know, but they asked me. And here's what the situation was. I want to give you an example of how terrible Muslim leadership really is. This woman had been divorced by her husband, who kept their children. Now, this was the imam's niece, okay, daughter of one of the men standing with me. And these were all people in the know. One step, two steps away from the Prime Minister's office, okay, in Malaysia, all of them. They're asking me, what to do? And so I said, okay, what's the problem? Why are you divorcing and everything? And then the woman spoke up, and she said, he's having sex with my children. And I confronted him with this, and he divorced her. Okay? He kept the children, threw her out. So they want to know what to do. And I said, well, have you taken this to the courts? And they said, yeah, he owns the courts. And I said, well, then you have to kill him. Oh my God! Oh my! You might have thought that I was Iblis himself. No, you have to kill a man like that. If there is no recourse, then you have to do it yourself. And I said, you have to do it. And if you don't have the courage to do it yourself, at least pay some mafioso who does. Waylay him in a back alley, put a bullet in the back of his skull, and have done with the problem. Yeah? And if you don't do that, I said, you find this lady another husband in another country. Get her out of here and get her new children. Okay? There's nothing else can be done. Shock. Okay? Now, these are all Muslim leaders. Okay? The courts are Muslim. The country is run by Muslims. And they are protecting the creature. Okay? And suffering the innocents to be violated like that. And everybody knows about it. And nobody does nothing. In a country like that, in a situation like that, in an ummah like that, how can you receive guidance?
Yeah, how can you?
How are the young men to respond? Okay? They're not wise enough to know what to do, and there's no one wise in position to tell them, to guide them. So they run wild. And they run wild also because their leaders are taking too much money and they can't afford to live decently and marry. So none of this is normal. And so now you say, oh, a new normal? No, this is not normal. It's already abnormal. It's going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. There will be more blood in the streets, and it's going to become global.
Dr. Omar, do you have a timeline in mind of the coming events, or do we have a timeline? Is there, or are we not looking at a timeline? Are we moving forward looking at a timeline, or are we moving forward not looking at a timeline?
Well, I ran a timeline before I became a Muslim, and I determined something close to 2030 for the day of Armageddon. And I discussed this once with Sheikh Imran Hussein, and he had run his own timeline according to what he knew from Islamic eschatology. We compared notes.
Yeah.
I came up with 2030, he came up with about 2028. So we were very close.
Okay.
But what this present move, which is COVID and this global shutdown and the entire sham, because it's a sham, this virus is, it's a weapon. It is a killer.
It has made sure Americans have given up the first article of the Constitution.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to assemble or protest or come outside our houses. It's like the same as being in Egypt or any other Middle Eastern country where you can't, get together with anyone.
Yeah, this is unheard of in the history of America, and it's completely and totally un-American. You see, there's nothing normal about it. Not that America's normal, but it had its own norms. Even under the umbrella of manifest destiny, which is a lie from hell. But at least America had some saving grace at one time. Now all of that is gone. All of it's gone. And the trouble is, okay, that the generation coming up behind you are stupid. Really stupid. They cannot be informed. Even if you try to inform them, they don't have enough knowledge to comprehend what people like I, or even yourself, are saying. They become so stupid. So uh, this new abnormality is shocking. And this timeline, this whole thing with COVID has shocked me. Okay, I'm sitting here. I had the quadruple bypass surgery 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and I'm crippled, but I'm relatively healthy. Yeah, as you can see, as I sit here, I've got a little bit of the pink color to my face and all this sort of thing. So the lighting in here is not good, but it's all right. I'm okay, and I'm mentally intact.
Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. So I can see these things, I can understand, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, well, I already figured about 2030. I said, I've got probably about another 10 years to go, so it's not going to be too bad for me. Men think like this. You sit at the campfire and you say, oh gosh, what am I going to do? And at least, okay, am I going to have to make a last stand, or am I just going to give up? What am I going to do?
Right.
And I'm saying, okay, well, I'm old, I'm crippled. We've got about 10 years left. Even if I had to live through 2 years of it, I suppose that's not, not too bad. So I am out of the picture, I'm thinking. Okay, then comes this COVID sham. I'm saying, it's 10 years early.
Yeah.
It's 10 years early. So that, in answer to your question, that is my answer. Don't ask me for any more specifics, because anyone who says they really know is talking through their hat. Nobody really knows. You can have an estimate, maybe even an intelligent estimate, but all of that has to be based on scripture, a knowledge base that's founded in scripture and tradition. Not just the prophetic tradition, but other traditions as well, because there's several others. And not all religions are not monotheists. I'm not a perennialist, but there are religions that have prophecies from their prophets that are still existent. If you talk to the Native American, which I have, and I went to medical school in South Dakota, and I had some exchanges with the Sioux shaman there. I attended the sweat box ceremony. That was an honorable invitation, because I had extended protection to the shaman. I didn't know he was a shaman, but during the tornado, I saw him out in the street, and I said, come into my basement. So we set the storm out in our basement, and then 3 months later, he sends a messenger to me to invite me to the sweatbox ceremony. And my experience with these people is that they're monotheists, okay? They're monotheists. Some of them have communications with jinn.
Yeah, so that was kind of my understanding of the shamans, is that they deal with jinns and kind of like tell the future based upon that. So obviously there's a lot I don't know. So
you remember the jinn, they live about 500 years or so, so they have a longer memory than men, and some of them are Muslim. Okay, now when you say Muslim, what does that mean? It means someone who submits to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody who knows about the Prophet.
Right.
Okay. It doesn't mean that. So these are Muslim jinn. And legalists, Muslim legalists, who get caught up in this whole thing, you've got to submit to the Prophet and all this sort of thing. They're a little bit off the mark here. They're uninformed. I've studied these things. I've talked with these people. I've talked with the good and the bad. I've been with the initiates on the side of Iblis. And I've seen how they work, and I've seen how others work, and I don't disturb them. When I read the story of, who was this fellow who traveled east and west?
Zulqarnain?
Yeah, Zulqarnain. when I came to his store, he found these people, these indigenous people, who asked him to build a wall, and he left them in peace.
Right.
I said, well, this is what a good Muslim does. You know, you don't try to jam the Quran down their throat. If they're not capable of receiving it, leave them in Allah's grace and just follow Allah's will. Okay? And that's it. And so when I read that story, I said, oh, well, this is my kind of prophet, this guy. I like this fella. He's my kind of Muslim.
Yeah.
So I've encountered these people, but getting back to this whole stream of prophecy and eschatology, you have to take all of these visions into consideration.
Yes. Okay.
When you're making these kinds of estimations, because what we have from tradition is incomplete. What we have from the Hadith is incomplete. It's got lacunae. You know, there are gaps here and there that you can only fill by speculation. But when you add knowledge from other sources, which is why the Quran says go out, and the prophets say go out and seek knowledge everywhere. Okay, and it didn't say go out and convert everybody and take their government. He said go out and seek knowledge. Okay. Look, the first person to circumnavigate the world that we know of was a Muslim. And he worked for the Chinese emperor. Okay, I've forgotten his name, but he did this way before Columbus did. Okay, and we know that you know there's things like this have been going on. The first samurai was a Muslim. So, and he was a black man to boot. So this kind of thing, they didn't go. The samurai didn't go to try and take over Japan. You know, he was like Prophet Dawood, who was in the service of a Philistine king, hiding from King Saul, who was trying to kill him for 20 years.
Yeah.
He didn't try to convert the king. He served him. And that's what these Muslims do. So when you go out to seek knowledge, you learn from them, and you don't just sit down and have a campfire talk. You've got to hang out there for years.
Yeah.
You've got to hang with these people for years. You've got to read their literature. You've got to speak their language. You've got to understand their metaphysics. And that's what the first Muslim scholars used to do.
Right.
They used to do this. Yeah. I've met many Muslim scholars that, you know, they speak their native tongue and they speak Arabic, and, you know, that's all. That's all. It's not enough. It's insular. Okay. They isolate themselves from the world and then think they're going to be the world's savior. Oh my God. Please.
Yeah.
No, I hope I'm not outraging.
No. It obviously makes sense. And, you know, I'm here in Buffalo and we talk about doing da'wah. And so, you know, we're always talking about the fact that da'wah has to be done with the people that are actually part of the hood, so to say. You know. Yes.
I'm doing da'wah in my wife's village. Okay. I'm the only Muslim there. And most of the people in that Thai village are all Buddhists. And you can think of them as good Catholics. Okay. And I was born and raised Catholics, and which is why I can understand the Buddhists quite easily, because they're very similar. Their rituals are very much the same. They light candles, they bow to the statues of the saints and all this.
Right, yeah.
So I'm in this village, and they're all deathly afraid of Muslims because of what's going on 4 years now in the south of the country, thanks to British Israelism and CIA influence. The insurgencies taking place there. I was invited to join them, but that's another story when I was in Malaysia. Anyway, getting back to da'wah. So People say, well, what are you doing for dawah? I said, I'm taking care of my wife. And I'm being an honorable husband and an honorable provider. And I'm not setting down any bad examples for these people. So that when I leave and they find out I'm a Muslim, I was a Muslim, they're going to say, oh my God, that's a Muslim? Ah, yeah. Now, some of my closest neighbors, they can hear me when I pray, if they're up early enough, and some of them are. My house is right next to a Buddhist temple. Right next to a Buddhist temple. I can hear the monks chanting in the morning. And otherwise during the day. So my form of dawah is adjusted to their circumstance. That circumstance.
Right.
And that circumstance is that Allah has provided for me in my old age. I'm helpless. But I'm a stranger in a strange land, completely dependent upon my wife and her family. My wife converted, of course, but she didn't tell anybody. It's all on what they call the Freemasons say the QT. It's all on the quiet. Okay.
So let me ask you some questions about the. Obviously, I made a mistake saying the new normal, but taking the same theme forward. Are the power structures in the world, do they oppose one another, or are they on the same page? My reading of the Quran seemed to be that even though they're on the same page, but they're not on the same page, kind of thing. Can you elaborate more about are the Freemasons or whoever are controlling things? Is it real control or is it influence? That's the first question. Second is, are they united or are they divided within?
Okay. This is a very good question, and it will take a little bit of time to answer. Okay. Knowing as we know how men are, and that we are, unless we are held accountable by our fellows and by our women, okay, and families, we tend to lean towards the shadow, what is called the shadow in psychiatric terms, the lower nature, the unredeemed nature.
Yeah, Carl Jung used that term.
Yeah, Jung used that term.
Jung,
yeah.
I really like Jung. I don't know what your opinion is about Carl Jung, but I really like him.
I like him. I trust some of his conclusions, but without the revelation, they're incomplete. Okay?
Right, of course.
Jung was a bit of a ladies' man as well. So he like the other fellow, the other psychiatrist, what's his name? Freud, yeah. They practiced a bit what they preached, you see. They believed in a certain sexual liberty, and they practiced it. And they even forced it upon their wives to a greater or lesser degree. Either the wife participated or she had to tolerate it. Okay. This is part of the Frankist movement, the Sabbatean movement, but this goes way, way back to shadow governments during the days of the mystery religion. And I'm just introducing those concepts because we can go into them as time goes on, and probably another session.
Yeah, we'll have to do another session because we're just like scratching the surface here.
Yeah, we're scratching the surface. But let me put it to you this way. The leaders, the men who have chosen evil to serve evil, to service their shadow out of idiocentric interests, selfish interests, the Quran calls them the selfish people, they have always been completely and totally selfish. So even if they're serving a principality that's been put in position by Iblis in China or Japan or wherever, in Afghanistan, they still want to box each other for power. You see, that has been the traditional way. So war upon war upon war, over the centuries, and anybody who wants to conquer the world is nuts. Okay, but normal people don't think like this. Men do not think like this. Normal people who are subject to Fitra and Hidayah do not think like this.
Mm-hmm.
No man in their right mind wants to conquer the mind, conquer the world. Conquer the mind, yes, but conquer the world, no. No, not at all. What happened is all these thousands of years, and it's only the present age. This Holocene period is only about 10 to 12,000 years long, so it's only a couple of weeks in the eyes, in the divine eye, because 1,000 years is only one day for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One day. So this present period is only 12 days old, not even 2 weeks. So let's just say for 11,700 years of that period, men have been boxing each other over their shadows. Suddenly, under the influence of pseudo-Sufis and Shiite cults out of the Middle East and Jewish cults out of the Middle East, an old system that guided the assassins of Hassan al-Sabah,
right? Okay,
was resurrected by having Rees help under the direction of and financed by the Jewish financiers of the day, the Frankfurt Group, and the people like the Rothschilds. And they joined forces with the academics. Weishaupt was a Jesuit. Okay, the Jesuits were founded by Marano's Jews. That's now an established fact. They've been trying to hide it for years and years, but the definitive paper was just written a few years ago, proving that the Marano's founded the Jesuits, and that Loyola was in fact a Jew, a Marano's Jew. And so the Jesuits, the intellectuals, joined with the Jewish
just so that my audience understands, in case they haven't looked at this, Jesuits are like a sub-branch of Catholics, correct?
Yes.
And they're kind of like the mystical aspect, or they have a certain mystical, I guess.
They do. They have this mystical element, this metaphysical element, and this element dates back to the Mother Goddess. All of this dates back to the Mother Goddess in Anatolia, and that dates back to Kali in India.
Okay.
From the Hindu.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll explain that stream. I'm writing about this now. I'm putting it all together in a couple of essays. And this stream is continuous. It's been continuous. It came together as a triumvirate in the 18th century. And this triumvirate was eventually called the Illuminati. Okay. Now, the historians would like to say, oh, they just faded away into nothingness after about 50 years or so. But that's not the case. What you have is the Jewish Messianic cult of the Sabbateans, who became the Donne, who became Muslim in 16th century, the 16th century in Turkey. You have the Frankists, who are the Donne branch in Germany, the Sabbateans in Germany, and you have the Jesuits, and you have the financiers, the Jewish financiers.
Okay.
And they're not all Jewish. Many of them are families that date back to the Latins and the Etruscans and the Persians, the ancient Persians that Alexander put into position after he destroyed Babylon, after he conquered that. Okay. And this dates back to how shall I say, they date back to a cult that twisted the words of Zarathustra, because Zarathustra was a monotheist. Okay.
Okay.
And what came down to us as Zarathustrianism today is misunderstood.
Got it. Okay.
Grossly misunderstood. And if you talk to a true Zarathustrian today, they hate Alexander because he helped their enemies, a false priesthood. It was chased to Anatolia, chased to Turkey, and then chased to Rome. And then Rome imbibed them. So these financiers, Attila the Hun chased them out of Rome in the 4th century. They had to go to Venice, they had to go to a few other towns and set up shop. And it took them a few hundred years to regain their status, but they never lost their momentum. Now, these people joined forces. These people joined forces, the financial forces, together with the forces of black magic, together with the Jesuits, the intelligentsia.
Okay. Like Georgetown University?
Yes. Now you have this fascist. Now, what is a fascist? It's a threefold cord. Okay? It's a threefold cord. And the cords are wound up and you swing them together. It's very, very difficult to break. Okay? That's what's taking place. This happened in late 18th century, after the French Revolution, during the French Revolution. This unity. This was the first time in history, in answer to your question, I haven't forgotten, this is the first time in history that the cult was unified.
Okay.
Unified. Okay. Now, what did they do? Where did the Freemasons come in? They infiltrated the Freemasons at that time. Now, most of the Masonic lodges at that time were not what they call speculative. They were operative lodges. They were guilds. They were honest men who had skills. They were builders. They were architects. They were craftsmen. Okay, they were real men. Okay, and they had a real system of education, and they guarded their knowledge from becoming profane. In other words, and this was also to protect the quality of work and to protect their territory, which is natural. That's what men do.
Right.
You know, you see somebody moving in, he's either got to pay taxes or hit the road. He's got to join you. Okay, or he's got to leave the road. He's got to go to another town. So these guilds were the strong men at the time. What the Jesuits did was they used the system of what this fellow called Maimon, the fellow who founded the Fatimids and the assassins. The Muslims had a lot, you know, they weren't good Muslims, and he was a Jew, but he was a magus from this school in Babylon. Okay, they were called he was the leader of the Brethren of Purity at the time. So this has a long stream, but they used Maimun's protocols. We used them, okay, to formulate a new system to subvert these good men. And they changed those lodges, those guild houses, into speculative Freemasonry. And then they got the spoiled aristocrats to join them. Now, before this time, Masons existed, but they didn't have any aristocracy. They were their own aristocracy. Kings and dukes and earls did not mix with craftsmen. Okay, no more than they would mix with somebody, a merchant. It just wasn't done. They were gentlemen and warriors. Warriors don't do that thing, those sorts of things. Okay, they hire people to do that for them, or you work for me out of a sense of honor and obligation. Okay. But after this triumvirate, this fascist was formed, they subverted these lodges and turned them into speculative houses where people began to wonder all sorts of metaphysics about cosmology, magic, the world, da 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 da. And they did this great, they made this great equalization. They leveled the board. And when you level the board, you're doing away with divine order.
Yeah.
Okay? You're doing away with divine order. So what they did was they got the dukes and the earls and the kings to join the lodges with the craftsmen. And then they brought in these sneaky Jesuits and Baal Shem Jews, who were the practitioners of Kabbalah, the magic of the Kabbalah. Okay, they would join the lodge, and the Jews would get their women to seduce the men, including the guildsmen, who were prior to this unseducible. Okay, so you have a new political order, and it came under the spell of this Freemasonic lodge. And this Freemasonic lodge came under the spell of the Grand Master. And the Grand Master was not always known. He was somebody hidden away. They would have two Grand Masters, one that they saw in the lodge, and another that was somewhere else.
Got it.
Who, when the time was necessary, gave directives that everyone had to follow. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
So now you have the guildsmen and the merchants and royalty all being subverted and in the same house, under the same roof, getting secret messages.
Right.
All right? And this became a vehicle. It did not become government. It became an administration. The Freemasons, now papers have been written on this. Without the Freemasons, the British Empire would never have spread. The Freemasons, the lodges, are what made it possible. And the lodges in cooperation with other lodges from other countries made it possible, including the American Revolution. Okay, that's why you have certain resistance.
Does that translate in the lodges translate into like some sort of relationship with the aristocracy of those different countries?
Yes, but the aristocracy were being perverted, and they were also being held in debt.
Okay, debt. Okay, yeah.
Because
like the Ottoman Empire.
Of the lavish lifestyle, and the merchants were taking over, the bankers were taking over, they were subverting the coinage, and then they eventually, through the Hanseatic League and the Jews that moved into England after Cromwell's visitation, they established the Bank of England, and they took over the currency. And from then on, the whole plan was a corporation, a world global corporation. Now you have the Commonwealth. The British Commonwealth is the largest corporation the world's ever known. It's larger than every other corporation. And it is, in fact, a corporation. It's registered in the city of London. Not London, in the city, in the financial sector. And it's not subject to the Queen. That's all puppet show. That's all puppet show. Okay? She's subject to them. Rome is subject to whoever the hidden leader is. And that includes the Pope. Now, the Pope is a Jesuit, the first Jesuit Pope that we know of. Okay? He's not the... There have been other popes who've been Jews, and nobody knew. Okay? So what you have is a very corrupt system that is being managed by a middle system of management, and the Freemasons are making sure that everything gets done. They are your Boy Scouts. Okay. So the Grand Master, the hidden Grand Master, gives an order, and such and such, so and so, has to be favored, and so is out of favor, and such acquisition has to be made, and so it's done. This is why, for example, if you look at especially in the UK, if you look at the gendarmes, the police chiefs there are several individuals who are much more qualified than those who are actually in office. And that's because of Freemasons. Okay. And the Freemasons are essentially, they're yes men. Now, I was a Freemason for 3 years, many years ago, more than 30 years ago. And I met some of the 33rd degree Freemasons. I was invited to join by a 33rd degree Freemason who went to Washington to advise the president, the office of the president, on certain matters of security that had to do with the geo satellite that is headquartered in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This man took me on a personal tour of that facility, and this was back in 1988.
Okay.
And already then they were completely solar powered. They had underwater hot water heating throughout the entire facility, the entire plant. It was just an amazing thing. This man's name was Ben Rich. Ben Rich, R-A-C-H-E. I think he's still alive. He's an elderly gentleman now, God bless him, or whatever. It's kind of a mixed bag, isn't it?
Yeah.
I sat across him. Well, he was helpful and kind to me at the time. I sat across. I was in medical school at the time, and I'm a musician. So to earn a few extra dollars, I played in the country western band, and he was the guitar player.
Okay.
And he did this just for pure joy. He was director of security of this institution for the geo satellite that mapped all of the mineral deposits in the entire globe.
Oh,
they
wow.
already knew what was where.
Yeah.
30 years ago. They already knew everything that was in Afghanistan. The geo satellites were sharp enough then to tell them. Yeah, through whatever infrared technology they were using. Ben told me this himself.
Wow. Wow.
Make sure to subscribe today, and make sure you like, and make sure you leave your comments and ideas. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.